Yes, so next is infections caused by microorganisms. Infections by microorganisms. Infections. So microorganisms we learned, isn't it? There are small organisms. That's why it's called micro. Very small organisms like bacteria, fungus and all they are germs, disease causing germs. They give us some diseases if we are not drinking clean water, or if we are taking food that is not fresh, then this bacteria enters to our body. They are microorganisms, we say, and it causes diseases. So which are those diseases? Let's see. First one about bacteria, infections caused by bacteria. What kind of disease this bacteria causes? Bacteria, bacteria. They are very small organisms having different shapes. You can see the picture of bacteria there. Okay, bacteria, picture of bacteria, image of bacteria. Very, very small. We won't able to see through our naked eyes. So in labs and all, persons, those who are researching, studying about this microorganism, they use microscope, an instrument. A microscope is an instrument used to see this small microorganism. Through microscope, we can see this microorganisms. Okay, microscope is an instrument used to see this microorganisms. So bacteria very, very small. They have different shapes also. And these kind of diseases, bacteria cause these kinds of diseases like typhoid, tuberculosis means TB, cholera and pneumonia. These are the diseases caused by bacteria. Okay, so which are the diseases caused by bacteria? Typhoid, cholera, TB, pneumonia. These are the diseases caused by bacteria. Typhoid, if we get typhoid, what happens? Fever, headache, vomiting, etc. We won't able to have food also properly. Tuberculosis, when this bacteria attacks the lungs, we won't able to breathe properly. It damage other parts of the body also. Then cholera, which happens to drink infected water, the water which is not clean, we get cholera. And severe vomiting, loose motions. Pneumonia also affect our lungs, breathing problem, etc. happens. Okay, so these are all the diseases that caused because of contaminated food which are not fresh, and the infected water. If you are not drinking good water and food, we get these diseases. This germs enters our body, and this germs means bacteria. It causes these diseases like typhoid, tuberculosis, cholera, then pneumonia, etc. Then next is virus. So next microorganism is virus. What kind of diseases virus cause? Let's see. Viruses are also very small microorganism. They cause diseases like common cold. We get cold sometimes, isn't it? Common cold. It is caused by a virus. Then flu, like some fever we get. It affects nose, throat, lungs and all. Then if a person, those who have this diseases, if they cough or sneeze, the other person also gets it. That's why it is a spreading disease. Chicken pox. Chicken pox, we get fever, slight fever first, then some rashes on the skin. That is chicken pox disease. Some rashes will come on the skin. Then afterwards, it becomes itching also. Full time we get itching. If the person itches more, what happens? That scratches and it will burst out, we say. So these are the things happens in there. Then measles, also type of fever actually. Then polio, any part of the body gets affected, but we won't able to move. It can be a hand or a leg or something like that. Okay, and AIDS. These are the diseases caused by virus. Virus is also a small organism. If virus happens to enter our body, then we get this cold, chickenpox, measles, polio, etc. Then next is protozoa. Another microorganism is protozoa. They are made up of one cell. Only one cell. They cause diseases like malaria, amoebic dysentery, Kala Azar, and sleeping sickness. These are the diseases caused by this microorganism Protozoa. Protozoa image is there, isn't it? You can see the image here also. So Protozoa, it is made up of only one cell. One cell. It contains only one cell. Our body is made up of many cells. And this organism, small microorganism, they are made up of many cells. But Protozoa is made up of only one cell. And it causes diseases like malaria. When any insect bites us, we get malaria. So these all are these diseases caused by insect bite. If any fly or insect bites, we get mosquito. When it bites, we get malaria. Then amoebic dysentery. If we happens to drink unclean water, then if we are not eating good food, uncooked food, that kind of things, if we happen to eat enter into our body, it causes this amoebic dysentery. Kala Azar, it affects the internal organs, mainly in the inside organs it affects. Then what happens? Sleeping sickness means we get disturbed sleep. We won't able to sleep properly. That is sleeping sickness, and we get fever, we get pain, we lose energy. These are the things happens if the microorganism Protozoa enters the body, or if any insects or any flies bite us, we get these kind of diseases: malaria, amoebic dysentery, Kala Azar, and sleeping sickness. Next is fungi. Another important microorganism is fungi. Fungus, we can say fungi. See the image there. Fungi. Fungi mostly cause the infections of skin, eyes, and hair. They cause infection on skin, eyes, and hair. That is fungi. So main four microorganisms are bacteria, virus, protozoa, fungi. And diseases caused by bacteria are typhoid, tuberculosis, cholera, pneumonia, etc. And virus, diseases caused by virus is common cold, flu, chickenpox, measles, etc. And disease caused by protozoa are malaria, amoebic dysentery, sleeping sickness, etc. And fungi mostly affects our skin, hair, and eyes. So these are the diseases caused by these microorganisms. Microorganisms means germs which enter our body and they cause diseases. Then next, communicable diseases. So we learned about non-communicable diseases, diseases that not spread from one person to another. But there are diseases that spreads from one person to another. They are called communicable diseases. So if we happens to go near a person who has fever or cold or chickenpox, malaria, we also gets the same. Okay. So communicable diseases spreads from one person to another through direct contact, or through air, through water, and through food. Then through direct contact, how diseases like chickenpox, smallpox, and ringworm spread through direct contact with clothes or other articles used by the infected person. The person, those who has this disease like chickenpox, if we happen to go near that person, or if we happen to use the articles or something used by that infected person, then we get the disease. Chickenpox, smallpox also we get high fever. Ringworm, infection on skin, rashes on skin and nails, that is ringworm. So if we go near that person and if we have direct contact with that person, whatever articles, clothes, food, water he is using, we also use the same, means we get the disease. Then through air, diseases like common cold, flu, tuberculosis spreads through air. How you know these persons, those who have this common cold or tuberculosis, if they happens to cough or sneeze, it spreads in the air. So this same air we are breathing, right? So if we are there nearby, through air it contacts, it comes to us. When the infected person sneezes or coughs, the microbes gets into the air and it spreads to others. So that's why we are telling, whenever we sneeze, whenever we cough, we should cover our mouth using a towel or a kerchief, and we should cover and we should cough or sneeze. Even if we don't have any disease also, even if we are normal, then also when we cough or sneeze, we should cover our hands at least. Then we should cough and sneeze. Then through water and food, diseases like cholera, jaundice, polio, typhoid, etc. spreads through contaminated water and food. If we happens to drink the water which is not good, infected water, unclean water, and if we happens to eat food which are not fresh, or the food that prepared in unhygienic conditions or not in a clean way, if the food is prepared, then we get these diseases like cholera, typhoid, jaundice and all. These diseases are caused when we drink not good water and food. Then the stool of the infected person containing germs may be carried by water or food to a healthy person and he gets the disease. Stool means the waste products, whatever waste from his body, that also contains this germs. The person who has this cholera or typhoid, their waste also contains this germs. So these microorganisms, these germs, they carry this from the infected persons to the healthy person and we get the disease through water and food. So polluted air, water and soil cause many diseases. So we should understand the need of clean and hygienic surroundings. The surroundings where we live, it should be so clean, and we ourselves should have personal hygiene, means body cleanliness, and surroundings also must be clean. Take care that you should always drink boiled water, clean water, and food also you should eat good fresh food. Otherwise we happens to get these diseases. And if any person or any of your friend, cousins, relatives, friends have this disease, we should not go near that person, because these diseases are spreading ones or communicable disease. It gets spread from one person to another. So those who have these diseases, we should not go near that person. Yes, so otherwise we get the same disease. So these are the communicable diseases. Through direct contact we get the disease, through air, water also we get disease, food also we get disease. If we eat contaminated food, if we drink unclean water, this mosquitoes, everything will go and sit in the waste of this person, those who have this disease, and this mosquito if comes and bites us or like that, if we will get this disease. Mosquito, flies, it bites also, we get this disease. So communicable disease prevention and control. How can we prevent this communicable disease that is spreading from one person to another? There are some tips to prevent this communicable diseases. So let us see which are those tips. Yes, in case of infectious diseases, the disease that is caused by infection, like germs, patient should kept isolated. Means if the person has this disease, he or she should keep isolated, means far away from others, from healthy people, because we don't have this disease. So the person, those who have this disease, he should stay away from us. That means keeping them isolated, keeping away from us. Then clothes and other articles of patient should be kept separate and disinfected. The person, those who have this disease, his articles, whatever things he is using, his clothes, everything should kept separate, and disinfected means it should always clean. Room and floor should be cleaned with phenyl, Dettol, etc. If a person has this disease, that room, everything should be cleaned with Dettol or phenyl, cleaning powder. Toilets and drains should be washed daily with phenyl. the washroom, whatever washroom and the drains where the wastewater will go, that everything should be cleaned properly. Drinking water should be boiled and filtered properly. Drinking water, either we boil the water and drink, or we should filter the water and drink. Food material should be covered properly. Food materials, we should not eat any food that is uncovered. So all the food should cover it properly. We store the food in a proper way. Fruits and vegetables should be washed before eating. Before eating, we should wash all the fruits and vegetables. Wash fruits and vegetables nicely. Before and after the meals, we should properly wash the hands. Hands should be washed properly. Before eating food, we should wash the hands properly, and after eating food also, we should wash the hands properly. So these are the tips that we can be in your mind to prevent ourselves from these diseases, spreading diseases or communicable diseases. So what are the tips, children? In the case of infectious diseases, if any person has this disease, that person should keep isolated. He should keep away from us. We should not go near to him. His clothes, articles, whatever he is using, it should be cleaned properly. It should be kept separate. Room and floor should be always clean with phenyl and Dettol. Then toilets every day it should clean properly. We should drink water, either boiled or filtered water. Food material, everything should be closed properly. It should be stored in a good place. Fruits, vegetables, before eating, we should wash it thoroughly. And before eating, we should wash our hands. After eating also, we should wash the hands properly. These are the tips that we should follow. Then we can prevent ourselves from getting these diseases. So now you can understand that proper hygiene in our surroundings can avoid all the communicable diseases. If you are taking care of yourself, cleanliness or cleaning the surroundings properly, hygiene means conditions and practice that helps to maintain health and prevent us from spreading the diseases. So that condition you should practice it well. Hygienic means the surroundings also must be clean. We ourselves should clean properly, and also our surroundings, if it is clean, then we can avoid all this communicable diseases. This prevents the breeding of flies and mosquitoes that carry these diseases. If there is a water that is stagnant over there, means water is not flowing properly, dirty water is there, that's why they are telling to clean the toilets and drains always. Water should flow, wastewater should flow, and it should go from our house on the toilet, under the kitchen sink, under the sink in the kitchen. Otherwise, if the water is there, what happens? Mosquitoes will come and breed. Flies breed means it produces its young ones. Like that, more mosquitoes will breed in that. It carry diseases. When that mosquitoes comes and bite, we gets the disease. It also prevents water and food from being contaminated. If we are hygienic, if we are maintaining clean surroundings, then our water and food don't get infected. So it means it won't get contaminated. Germs won't come and sit in water and food. If we are maintaining the proper health, proper cleaning surroundings. Okay. Yes. So an age-old cure for headaches and fractured limbs is the turmeric, haldi. It could also keep cancer away. People used to tell, old people used to tell that haldi or turmeric is good. It has a healing power. Olden days, people use this turmeric for headache and also for fracture, for broken legs and all. They used to apply this if anyone met with accident, they got broken legs or crack in the bones, bones get damaged. This haldi they used to apply there to get more healing. It has a healing power, they used to believe. It seems to tell that this haldi also keeps all the cancer away. That much healing power is there in haldi, they say. Turmeric. It kills the cancer cells. It has that power, it seems. So what do you mean by deficiency? Means shortage, lacking something less. Immune system means the cells and tissues in the body that helps us to protect against the germs or infection. If any germs enters in our body, if our body has good immune power, immune system, they fight with that, and our body, we get prevention from these diseases. But if you are not eating good food rich in nutrients, our body won't get this immunity power, or immune system gets weak, then we get diseases. So the main topics or things we learned in this lesson are about food, isn't it? We have to eat good and fresh food that prepared in hygienic conditions, isn't it? Yes, food gives us energy to work. So food gives us energy to do all our work. Then we learned about important nutrients present in the food. We should have food rich in nutrients, vital nutrients. Nutrients required for good health are carbohydrates, fats, minerals, proteins, then roughage or fiber. Then at the same time, we should drink plenty of water. We say water is a star. Water keeps us more healthy. How much of food we are taking? Water is very, very important. It helps in digestion. It cleans our body. It helps to remove wastes from our body. So water is very, very important. The food we eat should consist of all the nutrients in correct amount. If all the nutrients are present in the food in the proper amount, it is called a balanced diet. Deficiency diseases, if any one of the nutrient is less in our body, it causes deficiency diseases. Then communicable diseases are diseases which spread from one person to another through direct contact, through air, water or food. Yes, so these are the main points that we learned in the lesson, and we should take care that we have to live in a good hygienic conditions. We should have cleanliness. Personal hygiene means body cleanliness. At the same time, the surroundings where we live, it should also clean. And we should take care that we have to drink water, either boiled or filtered water, and we should not have food from any unhygienic conditions to prevent us from getting the diseases, isn't it? Yes. Do you know that microorganisms are also useful to us? Find out some of the common uses of them. We learned that microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, protozoa, they brings us diseases like cholera, typhoid, pneumonia. It affects our skin, eyes and all. So these microorganisms gets diseases. Due to this microorganism, germs enters our body and we get diseases. But at the same time, these some microorganisms are useful for us. In which way? Do you know? Yes, some microorganisms are good for making medicines, for making food. We use this microorganism for improving the fertility of the soil. To improve the quality of the soil, we need some microorganisms. Microorganisms helps in the quality of soil, improving the quality. And to convert curd from milk, microorganisms helps in converting milk to curd. So for making bread, so some food items, for making some food items, for food production, we need microorganism. We need some microorganism to make medicines also. So there are a few microorganisms which helps our body also. It always creates germs and gets diseases, but at the same time there are few microorganisms which are helpful to us. Okay, so you just find out that and you just write the use, or just see the uses of them. What are the uses of this microorganism? In which way they are helping us? They are harmful, at the same time they are helpful also. Just find out. Okay.